Good morning. I'm actually starting a few minutes before the scheduled, or I guess the sunrise time of 6:48. But the colors are really cool this morning, so I actually wanted to start a little earlier so you could see it. So I'm gonna turn it around so you can see. It's a pretty cool morning. It's cool in more than one way. It is cold out here. I had to actually break out the scarf today, and it's supposed to get colder. So this is just the beginning. But I'll still show up every Tuesday, I promise. It's pretty cool. It's beautiful this morning. But anyways, today's topic is actually more, I always try to think of what am I going to talk about. And usually I come up with something as I'm walking down here. I'm like, oh, what's bothering me? What am I thinking about? What am I doing? And I was trying to come up with something, and it was like my brain was working through mud. I mean, that's what it felt like. Everything I came up with was like, oh, what was that? I don't know. I can't think that through. I can't think it through what that topic might be, how I would discuss that. I'm just at a loss, right? And I know why. It's because, I had one of those nights where, I don't know if you've ever had these nights where you wake up in the middle of the night. Oh, please tell me I'm not the only one who does this. But I wake up at, 2:30 in the morning. And I start trying to solve all the problems of the world, all the problems of my household, all my problems, everybody else's problems. I don't even know what I was thinking about. But in the middle of the night, it seemed super important. I actually planned out what I was going to cook for dinner tonight. I mean, all kinds of, I don't even remember what I was thinking, but I could not fall back to sleep. And so I laid there for well over an hour trying to solve the problems of the world. And then I really didn't completely fall asleep for a while, or really until the morning. It was just kind of off and on. And so my brain is mud. It's like it's just not thinking clearly. And sometimes that happens. I mean, whether it's your brain's not thinking clearly, whether your body's not working well, whether just life is just one of those days where you just wake up in the morning and you trip getting out of bed. You just have to laugh and go, all right, well, today's not that day, and give yourself some grace. We try to give other people grace when they aren't maybe what we want them to be, or doing the things that we expect out of them. We should give it to ourselves as well. And so I'm giving myself some grace this morning and going, it's not going to be perfect today. And actually, that can be the topic. That your brain isn't working all that great this morning. But despite my brain not working well, the sun's still coming up. It's still glorious. It's still beautiful. I'm still glad I came down here to see it. So I'm glad I'm here to share it with you. Actually, Dash is here this morning too. I don't know if I can get him to come out. Let's see if I can get him to. It's going to seem a little crazy, but he will actually get in this water even though it's cold. He year-round jumps in this river and thinks it's a good time. Hey, Dashy. Okay. He says, nope, he's not doing it today. So we'll have some grace for Dash, too. He says, not today, buddy. Oh, now he's going out. Maybe not. We'll see. He says, nah. It's actually a pretty cold morning. He says, my paw's wet is good enough. Here comes that sun. Isn't that amazing? Like, I don't know. Sometimes it makes me really oh man, it just makes me grateful for the world. That sun comes up every morning, no matter what's going on. It comes up and gives us a glorious, beautiful show. I always feel like applauding. Like, yeah, you did it again, girl. Yeah, all right. Another beautiful show. And here she comes over the horizon. Magnificent. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Make it a great week. And give yourself some grace if things don't go perfectly. Because sometimes they just don't, and it's out of our control, and just gotta let it go. Probably a good topic for next week. To let it go. I have some good stories about that one. I'm having to. Thanks for joining me this morning. And I will see you next Tuesday.